The doctor is right, Colonel. He did succeed. The Alpha artifact has been found. Project X's network is restored and functioning. The Institute's mission has been accomplished. We may have underestimated Strider, but that's not Dalin's fault. Something else is going on here. Something we don't know about yet. But I'm sure the world is perfectly capable of dealing with these issues. Everyone needs to be on top of their game right now. Our goal is within reach. I'm waiting for the Stalker, Colonel. Do you want to live in a world where a fanatical sect tries to mold everyone in their own image? Because that's what they're preparing to do at the Duga. Somehow I thought you had a different vision for the future. One where every human being will be happier than they were yesterday, not the other way around. Do you have any more questions, Yevhen? His statements are often quite harsh. True, they did conduct a poorly planned and unauthorized experiment that ultimately brought them down. But at the same time, they're responsible for the creation of the zone itself. So no, I wouldn't label them as traitors. Too independent, too ambitious maybe. But traitors, they were not. You're quite perceptive. That much is certain. Yes, the regulatory board. As for Project X and its scientific endeavors, we simply ensured its continuity during a period when the government was unable to dedicate itself to the study of anomalous phenomena. You don't need to know the details. So let's just say we're interested in anything that can propel humanity forward along the path of evolution. That includes the zone. The plan remains the same. We need to get the zone's anomalous energy under control. To achieve this, we need to reach the generators and bring them online. Then we can activate the network of research centers we've set up across the mainland. These centers are equipped with more advanced generator facilities. Now is not a good time. See you later. Your effort will be wasted. Go ahead, Yevhen, please. What you deem as news is just local gossip. You don't need me to tell you more of it. There are plenty of others happy to share. While the information I find interesting is not meant for your ears. At least for now. All right, I shall continue. I can only teleport you to the nearest bunker in the Dead Valley, Yevhen. The teleportation system isn't fully operational yet. It will take some time. So, remember to grab the experimental Project X suit. You've got the coordinates already. For now, we'll have to make do with older designs to make sure you're protected. You can leave now, Yevhen. I've unlocked the teleporter for you. The Dead Valley awaits. You need Professor Herman. He will tell you what to do. We'll re-establish the link between the Foundation and the generators and claim the vacant pod in X7. And that's how it will be. Not while the link to the generators is severed. Only Alpha allowed remote access. But that's just a minor obstacle. Kaimanov? That scientist who missed his chance to enter the 8th pod, thus granting us the opportunity to seize control of the anomalous energy? He's stuck in the past. You don't need 8 people to interface with the noosphere anymore. I alone am sufficient, along with the mediator in the pod, who will serve as an intermediary between the zone and the noosphere. The doctor didn't inform you? How typical of him. The mediator is a human, but a unique one. They must have Class 5 Psi protection. It's a necessary requirement that cannot be ignored. Certainly. Colonel Korshunov. I insisted he receive the required Psi protection. We had to handpick the ward soldiers exposed to Psi effects to manufacture it. In my view, the monolith wasn't the most successful Psi consciousness experiment. They certainly fulfilled their purpose, but the notion of needing a new god to compel their loyalty made everything too complicated. Now, as for the agents, the finest among them weren't even aware they were agents. But that didn't stop them from carrying out their mission. Fascinating, isn't it? And yet the flavor is exquisite, Yevhen. Have you forgotten it since our encounter at Circa? Regrettably, I can't offer you a smoke at the moment. I knew you wouldn't permit us to experiment on your man, Colonel. That's why you were kept in the dark until the 11th hour, when the fate of the future and the lives of a few soldiers hang in the balance. I believe the choice is self-evident. Besides, that psi protection saved your life at the Duga. Professor Herman will fill you in on the details of our plan to restore the connection between the Foundation and the generators. Ironic, isn't it? The tool they stole from us ended up killing them. You sound just like the Colonel. I'd say we all make mistakes, Yevhen. And those mistakes always cost someone their life. Especially when you choose your own empty hopes and dreams over the common good. Dmytro Dalin stubbornly refused to believe that the representative was not his father, but only a program, and that sea consciousness was irrevocably dead, long gone. The same thing had happened to Valentin Dalin, by the way. He was doomed as soon as he decided that his own utopian ideas were more important than the goals of Project X. It should have happened during the Alpha experiment at Circa, if Faust hadn't made some alterations to our plan. But better late than never. Since Professor Herman replaced the control unit, the X network is in my hands. Neither the representative nor anyone else will be able to access it. After all these years, Project X will finally be completed. The X network was the most important element of our plan, a psi-based infrastructure that connected all Project X devices and kept them functioning. Until the Noosphere Contact Group called themselves Sea Consciousness and seized control of the network. One mistake. And here we are, in the zone. After that, they used the X network for years, and even made adjustments to it. Created the monolith and agents, for example. But they made a mistake here too. They wanted an agent, but got Strilok instead. And it couldn't have been otherwise. Once upon a time, the Regulatory Board launched Project X to find the source of anomalous energy that would mark a new milestone in technological advancement. And we found it. This discovery is too valuable for humanity to end in nothing. It was always only a matter of time before we regained control of the anomalous energy. But we know how to be patient. Yevhen can handle it just fine on his own. Your involvement poses a risk, so it's completely out of the question. This is no time for a nostalgic rendezvous, Colonel Korshunov. Or have you, much like Dr. Dalin, forgotten that we're not doing this for our own sake, but for the future of all humanity?